is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go pick up our FlipRX CRX that we left at the shop 2.5 weeks ago. Want to give a big shout out to Guy. Thank you for trying to help me fix the car, and thank you for letting me leave it in the shop. So early this morning, I heard a huge bang about 2 a.m. in the morning, and this gate was wide open when I came out this morning. Apparently a huge truck came and plowed through this gate the second time. The first time it didn't do too much of a damage because there wasn't really much holding the gate other than these ties, and the second time I guess they hit it harder because we had it chained up right here, and it broke through the chain, broke all of this, and bent the main post. So that's like one of the it's one of those things that we got to deal with living here at the corner house. It's literally the entrance to the creek where there's a lot of bad activities going on. So I always try my best to keep the gate closed because this doesn't belong to the city, it belongs to the waterway district, and I don't have the number anymore to contact them to let them know that the gate's messed up. And I always try to take it upon myself to keep it locked, to keep the traffic down here at the neighborhood, especially for my family. You know, we got to do whatever it takes to protect our family. So the gate's pretty ruined, and I can't even put a chain on it anymore. So I just pretty much use some hangers to hold the doors together to let people walking by that this is not a through street. So I'm gonna have to contact some people and see if we can get in contact with the people who run the gate to have them come out and repair it. But hopefully we're not going to have to deal with this any longer. So Leo just showed up right now. He's right there. I'm gonna have him park his car, and right now we're gonna take off to go get the trailer from my trailer guy, and we're literally gonna drive like probably more than an hour and a half or 70 miles because of traffic hour right now. It's the weekday, it's Wednesday right now, and go pick up our car, bring it back home, and see if we can diag it a little bit. When do you see a bone stock EM1 driving around? That thing is all original, super clean. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about merchandises and what other ways can you guys support me as far as YouTube and content creating goes. The sun's so bright that I can't see the exit. It's Lone Tree, right? Yeah, Lone Tree. I don't have any merchandises. I was working on some, then I stopped working on them. It's hard to find the right people to come up with a design that I'm trying to like envision, so I kind of put it off to the side. I know I got a lot of like inquiries about graphic design, digital design, and stuff like that, but I've also been reading about people scamming people for designs and stuff like that, and not getting, you know, not getting what they paid for. So I don't have any merchandises, and to those who have supported us before that has bought merchandises, thank you to you guys. Right now, like I've mentioned before, the biggest support you guys can give me is simply just by watching the videos, leaving a thumbs up, leaving a comment down below, and that helps me tremendously on the channel. As far as merch goes, I hope to have merch soon, guys. I know a lot of you guys have been like telling me about it to come up with something that you guys would love to purchase to help support on the channel, and I truly appreciate you guys for that. A handful of comments about it, and hopefully we can make something happen soon. But give away food. Dude,
look at that guy walking.
Leo, I go in this car, or you go in the CRX?
You get 2 boxes.
All right, so we out here at Red Zone, and Zay just pulled up right now. He's the one opening up the shop for me to pick up my car, and there's a couple things I want to take off the car to leave back with Guy because it's his. So we're going to pull out the car real quick. What's up, Zay? Hey. Yeah, man, that traffic on the weekday was not it. It was not it, bro. Yeah, but I just wanted to get the car out of here so that way I can start diagging the shit that's wrong with the car.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I haven't seen this thing in like 2.5 weeks, dude. Still look as dirty as ever. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff in here are Guyth got a, you know, that the SS ECU and his ostrich and stuff, and I also have his injectors in the car that probably not gonna need, so kind of want to take it off. And you in a rush out of here or no?
No, you're good.
I'm good. All right, I kind of, like I said, I kind of want to take off the injectors and just leave it here with Guyth because it is his. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna toss it on the trailer first and then pull the injectors off.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever we need. I
Yes,
got
sir.
tools for you, whatever.
Appreciate it, man. This thing is freaking ridiculously sloped. Look at this. Sheesh. The tow rig though, look at this. This is a perfect thumbnail. I want to give a big shout out to Guyth once again. Thank you for letting me, he actually gave me these injectors, 440s, and his ECUs right here. He told me just leave it in the car and use it with the car, since, you know, it was already in the car. But I'm not going to sell my car with his stuff on it, and because I'm not going to be using it anymore, I'm going to give it back. So Guyth, thank you. Zaid, thank you for lending the tools. We'll go ahead and just return all this and we're going to hit the road. Let it roll. And it's back home. All right, guys, so it's the next day and I kind of spent a little bit of time to throw the stock injectors back on and wire it up real quick just to get the car to turn on so I can warm it up before I do the leak down test. This thing fired right over, no issues whatsoever. And before we close this video out, I want to do the leak down test to kind of see what the percentage losses are, if there are any. I didn't do it last night because I realized that we got home at about 10:30 or so, and if I did the leak down test, the compressor would have to turn on to re-air the tank, and that'll be too loud for the night. So I'm gonna let the car warm up a little bit and get it up to temp. Right now it's default at 10, or actually it's up to temp now, 105. So once this car gets up to temp, we'll hook up all of the tool for the leak down test and see what we get. I kind of already feel like the issue's in the head because the car's only been on for about 2 minutes. You guys saw the gauge moving at 105, and the top hose is already hot. The sensor is right here for the gauge, and this top hose is already super hot. The leak down tester, I just got it from Amazon like a couple of days ago. And which one? It's this one right here. And I did a leak down on the all-wheel drive car. We're gonna talk about that after we finish this car. So this is a leak down tester that was recommended to me. This is like the replica of a snap-on unit, and it works really well. This definitely works a lot better than the Harbor Freight one that I have right here. This thing never read correctly. The only thing I don't like about this kit, this is a little different than the other ones that I saw of the same laying tool. This one has an attachment that has the attachment fitting right here, instead of having the hose coming off of this like so. So this is like extra long, and it's hard to twist this into the cylinder because once this bottoms out, you can't really tighten it down when the hose just keeps spinning. So I took the hose from the Harbor Freight kit. This actually works, and it connects to that with a little force. So it's pretty simple to do. You have to have a compressor, make sure mine is on, And you have to put your engine on TDC starting at number 1, and the order is the same as valve lash, so it's 1 3 4 2. Rotating the crank 90 degrees each time you go to the next cylinder. What you want to do is you want to make sure that the piston is at TDC and all the valves are closed. So I'm gonna put this cylinder on TDC right now. This piston's on TDC. Go ahead and screw in the tool or the hose first. Now, because this hose is shorter, it's easier to twist and get it a little more snugged to seal that O-ring to make sure there's no air coming out of that cylinder. So on the tool itself, we got air in. Now I have to turn this let's see, clockwise to get the air pressure up to 90, 100 according to the instructions. Hopefully there's air in the tank. And once you get this to 100, that needle on the second gauge should be down at the very bottom of the yellow section that says set. So 85. So the gauge is at 100. The second gauge is set to bottom set on the yellow. Lock your adjustment knob. And what I just did was took out the oil cap, took out the dipstick, took out the radiator cap and the charge pipe. These are going to be the key areas to listen for if we have like a air leakage loss on the gauge that's, you know, seeping through somewhere. And the other part would be the exhaust to listen to see if it's coming out of, you know, like valves or something. So TDC in cylinder 1, hose in, and Leo showed up. So can you hold that for me real quick? We're just gonna go ahead and plop it on, lock it up, and it looks like we're at about 24-25% loss. Now, if you're at 10%, it's normal for a wear and tear engine, but when you're exceeding a 10% leakage, we're having issues somewhere. So now, with the air still going through the system, you have to kind of listen to see where the air is seeping through. I don't hear it here. I kind of feel like I hear it down there. It's somewhere here that I hear it. I don't hear it here. And then throttle body. I don't hear it out of the throttle body. Let me go check the exhaust real quick. Nope, I don't hear anything out of the exhaust. So I'm kind of stumped. Really don't know where the percentage of loss is going. It's consistent, it's 25, but I hear it. I don't know if it's hissing here or if it's coming from down there. But I'm gonna go ahead and just figure this out a little bit more, then we'll go through the other cylinders as well. Oh, look at that, it's going up. 10, 11, 11-ish, about 11, which is okay. But oh no, it's closer to the 20 now. Look at that. Probably 18% loss. So it's very faint out of here. Now we also checked cylinder 1, and when I put my hand like this, you can definitely hear it coming out of the valve cover. And typically valve cover leads to piston rings. So I mean, honestly, it's not surprising because this is a junkyard motor, but the issue we're having is the overheating part. The fact that it gets hot super fast and it gets even hotter when you drive it. So even with piston ring issues, I don't think that causes an issue. I'm just worried that we have a cracked block or a cracked head. So that's what we're trying to find out. So that's cylinder number 3, 100 psi. Different tools use different like readings. There's tools that read 90, but on the instruction it says 100. So you don't want to go exceeding 100, because when you put that much pressure into the cylinder, it could push the piston down, rotate the crank, and you know, mess everything up. But
Yeah,
12.
fast.
Wow, it's climbing. 20, 21, 21-ish. 21%. 21% loss. And so 21% loss. Nothing out of throttle body. Vacuum line is very faint out of here. Nothing out of the cooling system. I don't know, it sounds very faint down low right there. Wow.
Damn, look at that go.
It's definitely not high, but it is up there. It's fluctuating.
The highest of all of them too.
So nothing out of the cooling system. Can't really hear the hiss there. Definitely a little hiss here. Nothing. Nothing. So the percentage loss that these all have, as far as the test goes, we're at 25, 18, 20, and 23. I feel like these reading is just normal for literally a used junkyard block, but nothing is leading me to believe that it is a cracked head or a cracked block. Honestly, we were talking about the water pump, and the water pump is new, but it is rock auto new, so it could be bad out of the box that the water pump propeller is not working like it should. But I was talking to Nomis, and Nomis was saying that in the short span of time that the upper radiator hose got hot, which was 2 minutes, if the water pump wasn't working, that bottom hose wouldn't have gotten hot like right away. It might not be a crack block issue. Maybe it's just a water pump. Maybe the water pump is like on its way out, or I'm kind of stumped. I don't want to step into what I already had in mind that I was going to do with this car until I figure out what exactly is wrong with this car before I start tearing everything apart. All right, guys, so we ended up doing a compression test, and the readings for cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4, 200, 195, 200, 200. That is pretty consistent. I mean, given the fact that we have some percentage loss right here for the leak down, the compression test is pretty good. So still trying to figure out why the car is overheating. And again, talking to Nomis, he recommended that I check the water pump. So I dug around and I found one of my, this was a brand new water pump on one of my built motors, and the motor sleeve itself got pretty messed up. So I tore the block apart, and this came out of that bin which has all the part to that block, and this obviously is aftermarket GMB, and that motor never had an overheating issue. So because I don't have another one on hand right now, I'm probably gonna do all this like the next day or so. Drain out the cooling system, pull the water pump out. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm put it back to all motor so I can drive it on the street, and not with the turbo stuff making it extra hot, you know what I mean, especially because it's not tuned. So I'm gonna diag this car a little bit more, guys. We did a leak down test, we got some percentage loss, we did a compression test, it looks good. Car's back home, but that is pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. Car is back, we're gonna diag it soon, and we're gonna figure out what the next step is to the car. If you guys enjoyed today's video a little bit, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around to see what we end up doing with this car, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.